with Right-Hand Drive Guys. Episode 6, the lamest right-hand drive cars.
Whack.
The wackest right-hand drive cars to ever come out of the mainland.
Yeah, the ones you see, and you're like, wow, dude, why would anyone import that?
Yeah, you see it and you just really keep scrolling unless you show your buddy and laugh and then keep scrolling.
Yeah, those things.
So we decided we did our top 10 favorite right-hand drive cars, and we figured we would just go ahead and flip it up and hit you with the worst ones we could find. So we can start it out. I mean, and I don't want, this is just our opinion. This does not hold any weight in any circle anywhere besides this one.
Yeah.
So don't take offense to anything that we say. If we happen to name out your car, our cars are ugly too. So it's all good.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's just our opinion. You know, it's just what we think is cool and what we think is lame.
So, all right, let's hit it off. And I hate to do Suzuki like this, but like they have just some really ugly vehicles.
Yeah, they do. I mean, some of them,
I don't get it.
It looks like a knockoff version of a cool looking car. A good 100-footer, but get up close and you're like, wow, okay, maybe not.
And most of these things, they came with like 1.6 liter 4-speed automatic, like just nothing even really exciting whatsoever.
Yeah, they were heavy into the K car stuff and small engine and
right, which makes sense. Sort. Yeah. Right. I mean, I get that, but geez, like they could have been into that stuff and still had some flavor. I mean, 90 was horrible. Like, we got a picture pulled up right now.
Dude, what were they thinking?
I don't know.
Like, the back looks like it should have a truck bed, kinda, but like the front's super long, like.
And the cab is like just like a square, like it's
it's
so
like, dude,
bad.
it's bubbly and square at the same time. I can't even.
That seems like it'd be horrible to drive. This center caps on that thing are trailer truck oriented for sure. Like, dude, leftovers.
What were they thinking?
Yeah, I mean, and this thing was low power. Nothing literally. Like, so I would definitely consider this one of the really bad right-hand drive cars.
Right. So on Suzuki, how do you feel about the Cappuccino?
The Cappuccino, I'm not a fan of anything Suzuki. I'm sorry. I mean, even the bikes, I was gravitating other places when I even remotely thought about it. So, like, Suzuki's just not for me. So I don't like the Cappuccino. I wouldn't admit this in many places, but I would drive a Miata over a Cappuccino. Yeah. What about you? Obviously, you're a fan, which is fine.
Nah, not really a fan, really, but I don't know. I mean, everything kind of has its place. I mean, it's definitely not for me, but it's just not for me. We'll just leave it there.
Yeah, it's not. It's not for anyone in this room. I mean, I'm sure they, the K car thing, and I'm sure they had some success there, obviously, or else they wouldn't even be here anymore.
Right.
So obviously they are doing something right.
Right.
Just not for me.
I do remember one 6 Suzuki in a video game, but that was it.
What was it, like the JGTC version?
No, dude. It was the Escudo Pikes Peak edition. It had all the crazy arrow on it and like.
Wow. Do they participate in stuff like that?
They did back in the day. I'm not sure too much now. I'm not really
following Suzuki
that or following Suzuki for that matter, but. Yeah, that car was cool. It was the only ones with over 1,000 horsepower, so it was a nice one to have in the garage.
Damn,
but it was very far from what
their
street cars are, and it's a video game.
Yeah. So Suzuki, not gonna do it.
Pass.
Yeah. And I mean, as much as we love our Nissans, right? Big Nissan boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They made some ugly cars.
Oh yeah, I can hate on Nissans all day too.
Yeah, they must have been hammered when they were designing some of these cars.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
What's your least favorite? What's the worst? Whether it's motor, looks, whatever.
Oh, dude, anything with the RB20E in it, dude, just throw it away.
Yeah,
just because of the engine.
It's faster in reverse than it is in drive. Yeah, I hear you.
Dude, I mean, those engines came in, everything, like even R34s.
Yeah.
Like, but
the base.
Yeah, I can't
base.
even look at those, like, knowing that it has that in there. Like, what?
Yeah, it's crazy that on the same chassis they had such a wide spread of motor.
Yeah, for sure. And all the way from the 32 or maybe even the 31 all the way up to the 34, they had that same E.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, throw the bass in her, throw the E in her. Yeah, I mean, yeah, man, the R33 sedan, the 4-door R33.
You can't stand it, huh?
I don't like it. I can't believe that a GTR and the sedan came out of the same place. Like, I just don't even get it. That thing is a boat. It's ugly. They had some two-tone ones. Like, dude, these things are just horrible. Like, I just can't believe that they put out two so separate, like, so different vehicles. No,
not at all.
So no, the R33 4-door, it's a no-go for me.
Not even from the front.
Not really. Like, the way that the grill is, like, it's like the lower grill. I don't know. I'm just no.
Just throw it away.
Throw it away, man. Like, let me pull up a picture. Here, look at it. Like,
yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, I want to say anything with the 4-lug too. Any of those base
4x114s or 4x100s.
Any of those super base models are just like,
yeah.
that needs some work.
The epitome of the '90s jalopy.
Right. I mean, it looks like I don't know. It looks like a sloppy Maxima from the same era.
Yeah, I see it with the wheels and like the little two-tone thing. Look at the little side light there. What's that?
Dude, I don't
on
know.
The bumper on the lower fascia.
I might still get down with that.
What?
No, I don't know.
Dude, let me get the rear pick. Did they have a rear pick?
Yeah,
Please.
the rear is what kills it.
Okay.
With the taillights.
Yeah, no, the rear is ugly.
Yeah. I mean, even on like the Autech version where they like painted around them, it looks kind of okay, but
I mean,
yeah, dude, it's a hard call.
Like, compared to,
it's just so far different from
the GTR. Yeah, it's like so bad. Like,
and that's pretty much what everyone says too. No one's gonna disagree with you really here. Everyone knows this car sucks.
Yeah, the Autech's cool, but not that cool.
Yeah, it's still a tough one, but you do get the
that
wider.
That is a fucking bad bitch, though.
Yeah.
So okay, R33.
Yeah, and dude. All right.
What else?
So they had the Pals and the Figaros. Can't get down with those either. And I know they have like a pretty like cult following, but I just cannot stand these cars. They're just too like.
So we got a picture up with a POW.
They're too like retro.
Like they're trying too hard.
Yeah, it's like a 90s retro throwback to the 70s, so it's like terrible all around.
Yeah, because it's just bad. Like,
I don't even know.
It's small.
And dude, there's one dealer that has
the POWs?
Yeah, or it's
the
like
Figaros.
The Figaros, yeah. There's a dealer that has so many of those.
Old donkeys.
Dude, I can't do it.
Like, no, dude, the Figaro is just like, I could see like 55, 60-year-old women in the convertible Figaro cruising down Miami Boulevard.
Dude, throw them away.
No, they're
Get them out of here.
Like, they really are, and you can tell, like, there's nothing powerful in there. There's nothing exciting. It's just
I don't care if it had an SR in it. Throw it away.
Rear-wheel drive SR Figaro.
I mean, maybe I would think about it.
It'd be
But even
cool
then,
just
dude,
for
it
a
was-
stunt. Just for a stunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I hear you. Like they both got the POW and the Figaro. They both got those like circle, like junky halogen headlights with, the POW has its little roof rack deflector thing with a flat windshield. Like,
Dude, like what are
it's
they
just
doing
like what
here?
they just threw a bunch of stuff together.
Giant beads in the door down the side.
Yeah, the
Like,
Figaro's
what?
got the white steering wheel with the white
Dude.
two-tone. Like, what
I just
is that, a rag top?
Yeah, it's some sort of convertible top that they had.
Wow.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they were thinking on these. I think they only made them 1 year, so maybe they figured it out pretty quick.
Duncan's got half of the.
I swear they must have.
Like everybody's
Dude,
like, oh,
there's
get the
so
Figaros
many.
to Duncan.
Yeah, but like they still bring like decent money, like confusing amounts of money, and I'm like, how? Like,
Dude, look at the wheel covers. There's one single hold for the valve stem. Like those brakes are getting nowhere.
dude.
Not getting shit. So the Nissan, yeah. I mean, I don't want to hurt no feelings, and I didn't tell you I was going to say this, but I personally think the Nissan 300ZX is not a cute car.
Ooh.
I do not think that.
Dude,
that's
what do you mean? It was in a
attractive
Barbie
car.
commercial. No, was it a Barbie commercial?
I don't know what it was in, but
No. A Barbie was in
never-
the commercial for the 300ZX. That's
I
what
believe
was.
it. I never was a fan of the 300ZX.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the world's ugliest car. I'm just saying they didn't hit the nail on the head with that like they could have.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, it's not like a 3000 GT or anything.
right.
But it's along the same lines.
Yeah, kind of. Like, right? Like, that's like that redheaded stepchild. And I mean, if we want to get on 1G DSMs, those are ugly too.
Right. Well, dude, in America, that was their flagship car. You know, we didn't since we
3000.
didn't have the Skylines, the 300ZX.
Oh, the
was like,
300ZX, yeah.
was like it. You
Yeah.
know? So,
Oh, I know. I see that.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. Some people love them, some people hate them.
I get it.
I don't know. I don't like it when people chop the mufflers off of them and rev them all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Along the same lines of the 350Z too, you know, if you cut the mufflers off those, like or put an exhaust, like a straight pipe on it, whatever, immediately loses all respect.
All respect,
like, dude,
yeah.
they just sound so disgusting. They sound better with all the mufflers in the world on them.
Right. Yeah. No, those are bad. They just sound bad. Same with the R35s. You get certain
Dude, yeah.
exhausts on those. Like
Trumpets
the one
all
I
day.
had. Yeah, it was literally like trumpets in the car, just like doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, and so it's like some of those Nissans, yeah, they aren't super attractive with the exhaust notes, sometimes.
Yeah, some of them are just wild.
Yeah, I mean, not that we want to shit on Nissan for a half an hour. There's plenty of other ugly cars out there. I mean, shoot. Yeah, I know we had this in the U.S., but the Honda Insight is ugly. That was ugly. Like,
Yeah.
them putting those little things over the tires and making it all, like, narrow and weird it didn't sell cars, which is their goal, but B, it hardly even created more efficiency. So,
Yeah.
like, that was, that's one of those ugly cars that that they somewhat regret. I'm sure they regret the EP3, too. Yeah, I said it. I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The EP3.
That was
that
a
was
tough
rough,
transitional
man.
year. Yeah, the 01 years, dude, for a lot of manufacturers were transitional phase, dude, and their cars were gross.
A lot of them dropped the ball. Same with Nissan, dude. They went from the R34 to the next Skyline, which was the V35, which was like, this G35 in America.
Got to show respect to the G35, you feel me?
Yeah, but still, dude, that's just a 350Z with more doors. So,
Right.
or more seating, rather, and like...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, you're right.
So
Like,
those
how did
manufacturers
they
really
go
dropped the
from the
balls.
R34 to the V35?
Right, same with the Civic, though. How'd they go from the EK Type R to the EP3 Type R?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, at least if you had a Type R EP3, it was like decent, but still rally
Yeah.
shifter, like ugly,
Giant
like
egg.
yeah, I know, dude. Like, wow. See, so a lot of these manufacturers, and like I was saying, Eagle / Mitsubishi with that first gen Talon / Eclipse, that thing was ugly. That thing was ugly.
Yeah,
like
it performed though.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, yeah, the 4G63 performed, period. But like,
Until it didn't.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, a lot of these manufacturers definitely have had some ugly cars. I mean, and they've even taken some of our ugly cars and brought them over there.
Yeah,
and
dude.
sold them.
Dude, yeah, it's like, just like, I don't know, I guess it's some things happen within the economy and some of these manufacturers team up and like make these exporting deals and like
Yeah, it's
you
weird.
end up with a Toyota Cavalier.
A Toyota.
Which, dude, I know you had that. I know you had the poster of that one on your wall.
Oh, for sure. I was ordering the badges and shit, dude. Like, yeah, no, I was all about it. When I had my 97 Cavi, dude.
Right-hand drive Cavaliers.
Can you imagine? I was looking at those all the time. I was trying to figure out how to do the conversion. Like, how do I do the full conversion? What was another car that they had brought over? Dude,
it's one I want to like so much, but I just can't. But the Ford Taurus wagon.
The Ford Taurus wagon came to Japan.
The Ford Taurus wagon went
Why?
to Japan. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Like of all cars like that. I mean, I guess Japan. I feel like they have a pretty big wagon market, but like the Taurus wagon.
Like, really? Was it a show?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I mean, some of these weird things do happen, just like we don't get stuff here, they get stuff there, whatever we export, it's definitely some of those kind of undercover type things that just happen and they just like, like were people buying the Toyota Cavalier over there, like, realizing,
right?
Do they know?
Right.
Like,
pop
were
the
they,
hood that says Chevy.
They're like, oh, they forgot to take the ones off of here, like, and, a little off topic real quick, but I mean, this happens, I think, constantly, just like that Buick wagon that I had was actually a Opel or whatever. Right. So it's
definitely happening to this day.
Yeah, it's wild.
Especially like with American companies, they're definitely like, just changing the bumpers and lights a little bit and rebadging the cars pretty much.
Yeah.
I know, like Dodge has a few, like
you've seen them.
Yeah.
And that's the same deal, right? As far as Suzuki with the Geo.
Yeah.
When GM did the deal with Suzuki.
Right.
Yeah. That was
wild.
A bad deal.
And
I
I mean, my dad had a Geo back in the day.
Yeah.
And you would, it was on the tag on the door or, under the hood or something. It would say Suzuki.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, what? That's weird.
Suzuki.
I thought this was American.
Yeah, goddamn it, this is American. But it's one of those things where, they send this car over, they rebadge it, like you said, they keep the motor. But that was a car that was suited for Japan, Tokyo, wherever, right? Not suited for backcountry Montana. Like whatever, 50 horsepower, you are going 80 on the interstate, maxed out, you hit the AC, you go down to 73.
Oh, dude,
like,
you're lucky to get that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I don't know if the follow-through or even the planning was great because they didn't consider how far and wide. Like, dude, I'll still sometimes see an old school Metro, like the old school deep dish headlight Metro, like the recessed John, and I'll be like, what? But that's because it's a Suzuki motor in there, so it's like it's still going even though it says Geo or GM or whatever, you know?
It's really a Suzuki.
Yeah, so it's like just interesting. Another ugly Suzuki vehicle. Another one, another ugly Suzuki. But like just the fact that GM was like foolish enough to buy that was pretty wild. Yeah. So on that note, so there's another Japanese brand which is somewhat confusing to us personally.
Oh, dude, this one is so confusing.
Like, I'm not sure if they know. I would love to see like a little documentary on the come up of Mitsuoka.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to meet the guy who like comes up with these cars.
Who's bankrolling this?
Because, dude, some of these combinations are so crazy.
So crazy, but sweet in the same breath. Some of them are pretty sweet, even though they aren't like that cool.
Right. Like, okay, for instance, just right off the rip, you know, starting in 2021 to present, they had the Buddy. Which is self-proclaimed a K5 Blazer inspired car based on the Toyota RAV4.
Based? So what does that even mean, based on?
So pretty much it looks like they have a RAV4, you know, interior and like, you know, base car, but they like chop the front end off and like put this big goofy chrome grille on it and make it look like a K5 Blazer in a sense.
That is wild.
But like everything on the inside is modern. But I don't know. This is so weird. And
this
you know the reason I've heard of this company is because of they made a few S13s, Silvias, and they had like stretched the front end out super far and put these big fenders on it and these round headlights to make it look like an old Rolls Royce or something like
a
that.
Cruella de Vil car.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds
like
me
that.
of, is some wild, long thing.
Right. And every once in a while, like you'll see videos of one at the track drifting and stuff like that, but it's been a while since I've seen those pop up. But I remember back in the day, you'd randomly see this like crazy car that's like,
what in the world?
It's wild because they actually do like move the front wheels pretty far forward on the
you can tell it's a long dog. Yeah, and then they ended up doing the you know, the newer S15 version, right, from 2000 to whatever, 2001 to 2006 or something.
Yeah.
And then they had the Dove that, like you said, was the S13. The Lisade was the S15. Like, that's wild. I mean, they didn't have the turbo motors or anything.
Right.
But still, like you said, like, that's just, like, completely nuts. They had a car.
Click on the door real quick.
The which one?
The door.
Door. Okay.
Yeah, so, the door model, or, I'm sorry, the Dura, was actually based on a Fox body Mustang.
Oh, wow.
So it was a Fox body Mustang chassis that was like chopped up and has this crazy body kit.
Crazy body kit.
With the fifth wheel on the front fender and like crazy classic, like, you know, whatever 30s car.
Yeah, like, but with a Mustang interior.
It's definitely, Mustang.
It's for sure a Mustang.
It's got the Fox
you can
body
see
seats still. Like,
their door
insane,
really
dude.
shows it. Like, I can see it with the door in the rear.
Yeah. On these cars, like, you can tell they're based on something by the door because the door never flows right with the rest of the crazy body.
Like, they don't do the doors.
It's so wild. But, like, I just want to know, like, who is coming up with this stuff? Who was, like, thinking, all right, let's get a Fox body Mustang from America.
Yes.
Chop the front and back end off and make this crazy, insane body kit. Insane, dude.
It really is. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that
you
one
can
right
see
there.
it.
That's the 240.
Yeah, you can
Sylvia,
see it. Yeah, that's wild. So, like, yeah, these guys have done some crazy things. They have,
and they're still doing it to this day. They've been doing it since what, the freaking 80s.
Yeah, since the
early
80s. Like, and they have an NSX base vehicle. They have an Accord base vehicle, a Corolla base vehicle.
That is crazy.
Sylvia Beetle based vehicle, SSK Roadster base. So they really have taken a lot of vehicles.
Yeah,
And
I mean, even things
Corvette,
like Nissan Cubes, MX-5s. Like,
seriously,
what? Like, They've really taken everything and made it into
Something
some goofy
else.
version of like, I don't know, Grand
It's
Theft Auto
weird.
type looking cars.
Yeah,
It's
they all have these
insane.
big grills that like are blingy and like Rolls Royce style kind of.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Like the
Dude,
the Orochi based on the NSX is so incredible. What is that? Does it have that? Oh, it has a 3.3 Toyota motor, the V6 with a
That is
5-speed automatic
wild.
on an NSX. Like what?
Dude,
And
the
this
front
thing
end
looks
looks
like
it's smiling.
Kanye's shoes.
It looks like it has Mercedes headlights, a smiling front bumper,
Yeah, it does.
these crazy vents in the
Wow.
hood.
With the Lambo doors.
Dude, I mean, this is like, if you guys know what the Veilside Fortune kits are, this is like taking that 10 times farther, it looks like. Like completely changing the look of cars and just adding this gaudy stuff on there.
yeah, that literally looks like those
Like, who is
Kanye
buying
foam
these?
shoes.
Who is buying these cars?
Probably, I bet you would see that the sales numbers on this type of stuff is really low.
Yeah, I mean, the production numbers are super
Yeah.
low, but
400 units over 4 years. But still, dude, they sold 400 of those things.
yeah. Where are they going? Dubai?
Yeah, like, and they're rotting away. Like, I don't know. The Mitsuoka, they need some help for sure. I mean, this angle, I guess, isn't like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
dude. I'm sorry, but that thing is kind of scary. It looks like a fish or something. Get me a back.
I am so scared right now.
So, yeah, they definitely did not kill it. They killed it, and not in a good way. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I want to know, like, who is funding that? Like, what rich Japanese guy is running this passion project? Because, like, there is just so much going on.
And, I mean, yeah, I would say that they're probably the worst. Like, another honorable mention car I would say is the AutoZam AZ1 by Mazda. I know it's like more of a race
K car?
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like ugly. I mean, I think those Celicas are ugly too.
Wow.
If I'm just
Just straight
saying,
up.
I'm just putting my feelings out there. Like the Celicas I'm talking about. The 4 headlights, they look like the AutoZam AZ1, like just that style of like,
Yeah.
I like just like this Ochi from Mitsuoka.
Oh, yeah.
Like
dude.
they got the 4 headlights, and it just like
If anyone wants to have nightmares tonight, just look up Mitsuoka Motor.
yes,
Mitsuoka.
literally, and you will not be disappointed. Well, you will be.
You definitely
but
will be, and you
won't
won't be getting any sleep.
Yeah, for sure. You'll be screaming, and somebody's gonna ask what's wrong.
Yeah, and you're going to be like, well, I saw this car that used to be an S15, and they turned it into...
S15s are so gorgeous too, and then I look at it and I'm like, what in the world? How could they even do that?
Right.
Like,
This guy's got to be the long-lost cousin of the guy that owns Veilside.
probably they use the same fiberglass guy
For sure.
for sure. So I mean, I think that pretty much rounds it out. I mean, Suzuki's pretty much the worst.
Well, hold on. I do have one more.
Oh wow.
And, speaking of nightmares, this one's been keeping me up the last few nights. And pictures have been floating around of it
Don't say
recently.
it.
Oh, I'm sure you know. I don't know. Every time I get on Instagram, it's on my Explore page, dude, a picture of this. And it's the six-eyed Integra.
Oh wow,
Dude, you know which one I'm talking about? The 3 on each side.
On each side, dude. It's
Oh my
creepy.
God.
It was a kit back in the day.
Yeah, it was a front bumper kit, and I guess
Yeah, dude.
like,
I know. I've seen it multiple times, and
it
I'm
keeps
like,
popping up, dude, and it's haunting me. And I just had to bring it up while I had the chance because that thing. I know it's not a factory car, but
yeah,
well, one, that front end isn't like the sought after JDM front end for the Integra.
right. That
know,
was on the SI.
Most people don't even know that they don't even have that. Most people don't know that they have that bumper in Japan.
Yeah,
let alone a 3-eyed version of it, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, it does. It looks like, I don't know,
It looks like the fish off of the fish off The Simpsons.
Yeah, it's just like
Blinky.
If you have a chance, look that up on Instagram. The 3-eyed, 6-eyed Integra bumper. You'll have nightmares too, and you'll thank us later.
Yeah, man. Oof. But yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's it. No more surprise, ugly cars. So we appreciate you listening. I'm Bobby. This is Aaron.
Yo.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Right Hand Drive Guys. You know, of course, subscribe, download the podcast, do the whole deal. And we'll see you next time for the Pre-Japan podcast.
Pre-Japan.
Pre-Japan. Adios.
See ya.
Konnichiwa. Is that hi or bye?
You should leave that in there,
too. I know.